Hi, Chris here from Truly Holistic. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about a bit of Egyptian mythology or history, either way you want to look at that, and how they saw the heart, and more importantly, when someone, as the human, physically deceased, you know, the weighing or of the heart on the scales, in which whether they felt they were deserving of finding peace in the afterworld, right? Now, found this really fascinating because at Truly Holistic, we're all about the heart. The heart's the key. So after all, the heart facilitated you to be here. And what I mean by you as the soul, you as the consciousness, that's what you are authentically and infinitely are, right? For example, in the embryo, it's not until the heart's formed that the soul comes through the heart to have its experience here. Okay? The body is really an interface to allow a consciousness or intelligence to come through it, to have access here in reality. Okay? So, and we know that our natural state is when we fall into our heart, state of being. The cosmic jokers were called human beings, but a majority of people don't know how to be because they're in a state of doing, because they're always up here in mind thought and being cerebral and being analytical and being compartmentalized and being limited from here, not expanding from here, not feeling ease, having peace in their life, having joy, happiness, love, all things that come from here and don't come from here. Okay? So I found this really fascinating. So let's go through it together in this video. Now, what was said was in regards to, in Egypt, the heart, which contained, they believed it contained a record of all the deceased actions in life. Okay? Because we have a purpose in being here. And what I've come to find, our purpose in being here is to evolve our consciousness. It's actually nothing to do with the human. Okay? Human was an identity that was given to you. Right? When you were born, you became a human, or you were conditioned to become a human. You go to school and all these things about, this is what you need to be in life. This is how you're going to be successful in life. It was kind of like the world telling you what you should be, not what you authentically are. Right? And then you became a club of humanity, right? A member of humanity. It was kind of given to you. But we had a greater purpose. We came here as the soul first before we became the human. Right? And as we became more and more conditioned as the human, we lose sight of what we came as the soul, what we originally were supposed to do as the soul, right? Which was to evolve ourselves as a consciousness, which happens through expanding self, expanding our perception of reality, not limiting it. Okay. And that was to, as I say, expand our creation, to convert our experience into wisdom. Okay, so that connects into what this is saying in regards to contained a record of all the deceased actions in life, right? What were they worthy, right? So the heart was weighed against the feather of the goddess. I'm probably going to butcher this word. Moat, I think it is, yeah. And so it's interesting that they're putting up it against a feather because what, right? Light is a feather. The expression, right? It's always light. Now, this connects to me because when we create our experience here as the human at a mind thought, we create duality. Okay? And duality, when an individual comes to me about a health problem, right? Or a manifestation problem, relationship problem at Truly Holistic, if something's going not right, we find a denseness, a heaviness, a congestion of their energy, okay, which is a greater sense of gravity. And the Latin word for gravity means heaviness in that person's body, right? And we do the clearings and all of a sudden they're feeling so much more clarity and they're feeling lighter, okay? So this is interesting, right? Because the duality, after a while, consumes your body, including the heart, and hence the heart will be heavy, right? Keep that in your awareness with us. Now, when we create from the heart, right, which is where we came from, out of a state of being, we present our soul, which is often called light, right? There's more of a levity in that person. And levity, which is the opposing force of gravity, the Latin words means light. You feel lighter, right? And really, that is the purpose of the heart. The heart balances everything that is discordant, which means everything that's unbalanced, right? So just keep that in your awareness with as we go through this. Now, in Egypt at that time, the feather was a symbol for truth and justice. Okay, so truth. Now, where does your authenticity as a soul, where does that come from? The heart. And what did I say about when we create from the heart? We create not duality, we create neutrality to balance things out, and everything is lighter. Okay, again, okay? It helped to determine whether the deceased person had indeed been virtuous. Okay, so interesting, right? So what's being measured on the scales here is density. As I was mentioning before, right, duality is heaviness, neutrality, which we're supposed to create here because we're supposed to create from here. Neutrality, light. Okay. Now, why are we creating duality? Because we're conditioned to adopt an identity as the human and adopt a guide, mind and thought, to embody them as our own, which they are not. Because duality creation is creating a state that congests the flow of the body, which creates illness. It creates a state that doesn't support you. Which means you just get recycled to have another go at life again. Why? Because your original soul purpose wasn't fulfilled. This is what they're talking about here. Interesting, right? Okay. Now, when we look at other symbology of feathers, right, we're starting to get into angels, heaven, nature, and a desire to fly and flourish. Right? Well, what's also connected to that? The word ascend, to fly, which is also connected to what? To levitate, levity. Again, that lightness, right? Representing your light that comes from being in the heart, leading your life through a heart-felt pathway, not a mind-thought one. Okay? And as I mentioned before, right, expression light as a feather. Right. Now, if the heart weighed more than the feather, right, meaning it had more density, right? Okay, heaviness, right? Duality, gravity. You didn't go to heaven, right? Which we could call that ascension, to ascend. Okay? Right? So it's saying there, if it was heavy, right? If we created duality through creating from mind thought, which is creating out of fear, we didn't ascend. Now, after years and years, my soul that guides the sessions for hundreds of thousands of clients all over the world during that time has always said this, and it said that the reason why we don't ascend is one word: thought. We follow the guidance of the mind and its thoughts. Why? That's not us. We're conditioned to do that as the human, but we're not authentically that. We came here as the soul to create from the heart out of love, to be love, not to seek love. We only seek love because that's what the mind perceives it to be, but the mind is not us. It's deceiving you. So anyway, I hope you really enjoyed this. Just, yeah, it blew my awareness, right? People would say, blow my mind. Yeah, well, it's not my mind. I don't perceive the mind as me. Okay, I come from the heart. We follow a heart-filled pathway at Truly Holistic. We teach people how to do that. If you're interested, book a session for reality coaching or ascendance healing at trulyholistic.net/appointments/. Till next time, catch you later.